What's up guys, welcome to Daily Refinement. In today's video we're going to talk about the 4 different types of inventory that you can buy for eBay, and most people have all of category number 4, and that's why their sales are slow. So make sure you watch all the way to the end of the video to find out the differences and pros and cons of each category. Alright guys, let's get straight into it. Category number 1 is items that sell for a good profit and fast. Now for you, you need to define what is good and what is fast. So for me, a good profit is $20 and over, and a fast turn would be 90 days or less. I'm actually using 90 days as my average. So that means if an item sells in 1 day, and a lot of items sell right away, as you guys know, it counteracts another item that might take 6 months to sell, because I'm looking for a 90-day average in my business model. So for you, you need to determine how long are you willing to wait to get your money back from your item. For me, I'm willing to wait 6 months because some items are going to sell right away, but I'm looking for that 90-day average. So category number 1, things that sell fast and for a good profit. So for me, an item that sells for over $20 profit in less than 90 days would be category number 1. Category number 2, this is something that sells for less than $20 profit, so like $0 to $20 profit, but also within 90 days or less. So this is something that I'm a little bit more strict on. I definitely don't want to wait 180 days for items that are going to sell for less than what the goal profit for me is. So if I'm buying an item that is going to sell fast, I'm thinking like 1 month, because if I'm going to double my money in 90 days, which is the goal, and I could essentially just get 50% of my money if I sell it in 6 weeks, or maybe even 20% of my money if I get it within 1 month. This would be the difference between, let's say you're buying something for $10 and trying to sell it for $10 profit. For me, I give myself 90 days to make double my money. But if I'm going to buy something for 10 and sell it for 12 after fees, in 1 day, I probably still do that, because as long as I have time to do that, I'll pick it up, turn it over really quick. But really quick needs to have a definition. What do you mean by fast? Do you mean 1 month fast? Do you mean 3 months fast? For me, 3 months or less is fast, because I want to turn my inventory over 4 times per year. So category 1 and 2 is what 90% of my business on Whatnot is. Maybe 100% of my business. I'm only looking for things that I can buy and flip within 3 months on this platform, because I'm a liquidation model. I'm paying a lot per square foot here. I need to move the items quickly. If you live somewhere with more space and maybe the cost of labor, or maybe your hourly wage is much lower for yourself, you can pick category 3 or category number 4. Category number 3 is good profit, but takes a long time to sell. So let's say that you have a 6-month tolerance. You're okay waiting 6 months for your items to sell. Or let's just go with 1 year. You can wait a whole year for your items to sell. What that means as an average is that some of your items sell right away, and some of your items sell in 2 years. That would be how you get a 1-year average on your item. A lot of people have this model. If you look at their store, there's nothing wrong with their items except for that the markets aren't that big. People were asking for examples of category 1, 2, 3, and 4 items, but it depends on the brand and it depends on the category of items being sold, but I will give a couple of examples at the end of this video. So number 3 is good profit, but takes a long time to sell. If you have one of these stores, it's important that you have a big savings account, because you're able to live while your items take a long time to sell, and your items are high enough profit that it's worth it for you to wait that long, right? That leaves us with category number 4, which is items that take a long time to sell and don't have a very good profit. So this is something that sells for like $2 profit, but takes 4 years to sell. Most of the stuff on eBay is category number 4. It's going to take several years to sell, and it's going to sell for less than $20, and the person probably paid $5 for it. You can tell what category of items you have based on how fast you can turn them over. As an example, if you sell discount sneakers, like I do in some of my streams, I can turn that inventory over literally in 1 day. I can make a post on Instagram or Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist, and complete strangers would come buy my inventory immediately, because they know it's a fast turning item for a good profit. That stuff sells really fast. It's like selling iPhones at a discount. You're going to sell all of them every single day, because it's really easy to flip, really easy to list it, because you just have to list one if you have 10 of the same item. So category number 1 oftentimes has replenishables, but you have to spend the majority of your day to actually find these types of items. So in a daily refinement 1-hour method, you guys can Google that or look on YouTube, I only spend 1 hour a day listing, shipping, customer service, putting everything back, cleaning, and 7 hours of the day looking for things. I think a lot of people do the opposite. They go out shopping for 1 day or for 1 hour, and they struggle the rest of the day listing those items that they found. I'm going to do the opposite for the rest of my reselling career. I want to spend the majority of my time sourcing great items, category number 1 or category number 2. I really don't want items that take a long time to sell, even for a good profit. That's not really the model that I'm in right now. I would rather open a brick and mortar if I'm going to do that. If I'm going to open a store called Chris's Awesome Things, I would give it a whole year for it to sell. If it doesn't sell by Christmas time, maybe I'll liquidate it and try again next year. But if it's Chris's Awesome Things, maybe it is worth it to wait 2, 3, 4, 5 years for the items to sell. But I'm not running that kind of operation here. I'm paying a really high hourly wage for people. I'm paying a lot for rent. I'm paying a lot for electricity. I need my items to turn over. Moving more items actually brings the cost per item down. So as an example, let's say that this shop costs me $5,000 a month to operate. If I sell 5,000 items, that's $1 per item. But if I sell 50,000 items, it's only 10 cents per item. There's a lot of fixed costs when running a business. So if you have a high fixed cost like me, then my business costs a couple $1 million a year to run. I need to move a lot of inventory to make it worth it and reduce my risk. So for me, I'm okay with category number 2. These are items that sell fast, maybe for a smaller profit, but they're not taking up a lot of space. Brings people back because they're getting a good deal on items. So my entire business model is based on people getting a great deal. And that's category 1 and category number 2. Category number 3, if you're waiting for all the money, the person's not getting a really good deal. They're just paying what's fair for the item. So let's say you're selling a vintage t-shirt. I have some vintage shirts in my store. I'm totally expecting those that take 6 months to sell in my Poshmark closet because I have to wait for a fan of that band to pay the full amount of the market value of it. As an example, I'm looking for a shirt by The Offspring and I want to pay about $100. There's a lot of these shirts in the market for about $150, $160, some as high as $200. I only want to pay $100. So this person, I've noticed because I've been offering $100 on a lot of these shirts, it's been declined. Because these people only have 100 items in their store, 80 items in their store. They need to get 125, 150, 160 in their store to make it work. They can't sell it for 100. But for me, I'm running some volume. So I have a $20 item. If you offer 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, I'm accepting all of those offers. I have tons of them. So at that model where items are really easy to replace, you can accept a lot of offers. It's really fun. If you get offended that people are lowballing you, I think you're category 3 and category number 4. Because category 1 and 2, people are either doing buy it now or they're offering really close. Today I have a $67 item that somebody offered $62 because they know that at $67 is already below market. This item is priced on average between $80 and $100. I priced it at $67. As you guys probably know, my Poshmark strategy, I don't discount more than 10%. My items are priced to sell within 90 days without offering any discount, but I do the 10% offer to liker to create that discount. So I offered 60 flat on a 67. Or I'm sorry, that was my automated offer. And I think, I'm not sure what this person was doing, but ended up that they offered $62 on a $67 item. That's how tight what I ask and what I get on my offers is because my initial price is already so competitive. So I recommend everybody right now, if your sales are slow and you have a bunch of category 4 items, let me know in the comment section below what kind of items are in your store. If you have a category 4 store, you want to use my triple threat strategy to get rid of it. So number 1 would be optimize the listing. Join the group, patreon.com/theresourcepodcast. Learn how to do your titles, your photos, your item specifics, return policy, shipping policy, all that good stuff. Make sure that your item has a good chance to sell. If it still doesn't sell, liquidate. That means auction it if you have to on eBay, put it on Craigslist, whatever you can. Then if it doesn't sell after optimizing and liquidating, it's time to donate it. There's plenty of people in the group who are donating 10, 20, 50 items a day because their stores have so much bloat. They have 7,000 items in their store and 5,000 of them are category number 4. It's really not going to hurt you, in my opinion, to remove every single category 4 item out of your store. It's barely helping you. If you sell 1 or 2 a day, but you have hundreds of them listed, it's more pain and more cost in storing them and the 1 or 2 sales that you're going to get from it. So my recommendation again, optimize, liquidate, donate, the items that are not doing really good in your store if they're category number 4. If they're category number 3, maybe just wait. If they're category number 3, they're already good profit, they're listed correctly. Maybe there's nothing wrong. You just have to wait for the right customer. I have a vintage Slipknot shirt. I'm waiting for somebody that was born in the 80s like me, who grew up listening to that stuff, right? Probably went to band, probably had a lot of acne on their face like me. They remember listening to Slipknot in high school and they want that shirt. I'm going to wait for that person to buy that shirt from me, and it might take 2 years. That's okay, but I don't want to fill my store with that. I'd rather fill it with stuff like a specific type of Patagonia jacket that sells fast. Patagonia jacket might be normally category number 3. Great item, great profit, but not fast. Fast might be Patagonia with this logo on it, sells fast. So usually category number 1, category number 2 are subsets. So whatever you think of a great brand, a subset of that is what category 1 and category number 2 is. As a big benefit of joining our group, figuring out in the deep dives that people do, going over a specific category, what they are looking for that makes it a category 1 or a category 2 item, what keywords they're using. Also, there's another thing that a lot of people are posting category 4 items and just copying category 1 methods. That's not going to work. If an item is worth $100 because it is this A, B, C, D, and E, and your item is missing B and C, not the same item. So if you list it in that manner, it's not going to be effective. That's it, guys. Time to go. Appreciate you. See you next time.